Good evening, Fuller Theological Seminary Preaching Practicum course. My name is Chris Peterson. Please forgive my voice. I am getting over having the flu, but I'm doing a lot better at the beginning of this week. Looking forward to this course. I am currently living in Redding, California. The heat is starting to subside from here. If you guys know anything about Redding, it can be 115, and that's just kind of normal from May to September. We just kind of deal with it here. I am working on my MDiv. This was actually the last course. I was hoping to take it over the summer, but there are only 2-unit preaching practicum courses available. But I've had a bit of a break. I'm refreshed. I'm ready to tackle this and to give it everything I have. So thank you all for the opportunity to take this class with you. I'm looking forward to it. The ministries that I'm involved with, so I have a few hats that I wear. First is an instructional aid position at an elementary school. It is a very particular position at this elementary school. I work with predominantly 3rd through 5th graders who have exhibited behavioral issues. And so it could be stressful home lives, past abuses, neglect. There may be some learning disabilities, but not enough to have them in our special day program. And so what often ends up happening is in the classroom, they may be stressed, they may be overwhelmed, maybe too many things going on, loud noises, and so they'll be triggered. When they get triggered, they kind of blow up. And when they do that, the lady that I work with, we deal particularly with these students, and she takes them into our sensory room, we call it a pals room, and there's lots of objects for them to touch and play with, or some of them have certain smells that assist in calming them down, and from there we try to teach them coping mechanisms so that they can take what they've learned in the sensory room, the pals room, with them outside of it. And when she does that, then I receive the kids and we do remedial learning, lesson plans, and we get them caught up to where they were in class and try to help them to understand it. So it's more one-on-one, two-on-one, very small setting. So it's very individualized, and so that we can get them prepared and ready and hopefully a little bit excited to get back in the classroom, not only caught up with the classroom, but maybe a little bit ahead. So ideally, we get them in there, and what happens is they don't become overwhelmed. They don't become stressed when they get back in there, because now they've missed all this stuff and they have to get caught up. And so they don't get triggered and they don't blow up and they don't go back into this perpetual cycle of overwhelmed, trigger, blow up, kicked out. So we try to avoid that as best we can, and we try to face it head on when it does happen. The other position, as you can see from my shirt, Simpson University. Right now, I am a campus safety officer. This is where I got my undergraduate, and the idea behind coming to Simpson with the position that they offered me was to get my foot in the door. Once I get this degree, intend on applying for some adjunct ministry roles, teaching roles in the ministry and theology department. My long-term goal, as far as that goes, is to be a professor. So that is my goal, that is my dream, that is one area that I feel called towards, which means eventually I'll get a PhD. I'm fine with that, but I'm taking my time. I've realized over my past 2 degrees that I've been handling things a bit too fast, faster than I would prefer, faster than I can take in as much as I would like. And the last hat that I wear, which is the last and probably more traditional way in which I do ministry, is through the Army Chaplain Candidacy Program. It's in the reserve, so I go 1 weekend a month, and between 2 and 4 weeks every summer, and then any additional trainings or events that they decide to send me to. And what I love in particular about this is I get my Christian community while I'm here at Sims University, small Christian college, but there I get the whole world. I get people from all kinds of sociocultural backgrounds. Um, I mean, I have not only do I have people from outside of the United States who are in my unit, but I have religious backgrounds which differ from um, Sikh, Baha'i. I have Pastafarian, Jedi. I have um, Islam, Jewish, Tao. I mean, you name it, I probably have it. Atheist, um, agnostic, or no religious preference. All kinds of flavors of Protestant, and I have Catholic. So I have a wide breadth of people that I minister to, and my supervisor has been um, gone. He's been gone most of the time. I've been with the unit, so I've had some supervision, but I've also had the opportunity to use what I've learned in my other ministry settings, which I've had previously, including hospital chaplaincy. I did a unit of CPE there. I see our professor has done some hospital chaplaincy as well. So I've been able to use everything that I've gotten, the positive and the negative, and I've gotten to use it to build relationships, to build trust, to build that community. And because there is such diversity and there are so many different belief systems, having something to be able to connect with them on um, outside of just the faith. I am prior enlisted, so I know what that struggle is like, and so I'm able to meet them where they're at. I'm able to talk with them about life, and that has actually provided a number of times in which we've had some dialogue about faith and how it functions in my life, um, and even for me to be able to ask questions about, hey, how does that function in your life? Do you have something you can fall back on? And if you did, what would that look like? So it's been wonderful. It's been such a huge blessing. It is something that I would like to continue to do in the Army Reserves. I see eventually being pursuing being a professor and being a chaplain in the Army as being two things that I can do together with minimal confliction. So I am definitely looking forward to what the future holds, what God has in store for me. Again, that 18 to 24 age range for me is where I felt called. And the Army is more of an at risk ministry since they will accept people that other branches won't even touch. So for me, I think they need quality chaplains more so than some other um, branches do. I am prior Navy, so I kind of understood that a little bit when I was coming into it. Um, as far as that goes, so that's all. That's everything I do. Is that I don't have any kids. I have a very serious girlfriend, and I have a cat. She has a cat. I have a cat, but that's it. So what do I hope to get out of this course? Honestly, being that my supervisor isn't there, and even when he wasn't the one preaching. It was me, and so I want to be able to, when I have like my chapel services have been growing, and I will get the occasional soldier who will come in who isn't a Christian. They just kind of want to know what exactly it's about. So I want to be able to provide messages so that if you only ever come in to chapel service once, and it's mostly just because maybe you want to get out of work, I want to be able to provide a message that is well structured, well versed, well rehearsed, and able to speak Christ into their lives, to be able to meet them where they're at, to build a bridge of love strong enough to support the weight of truth. And so that's what I hope to get out of this. Maybe a lot. Maybe it's only, hey, I get some bits and pieces, and I need to audit some more courses after this. I'm totally fine with that. I'm a lifelong learner, and so I will definitely Appreciate any feedback you guys have, constructive criticisms. I can handle it. So, looking forward to having class with you guys and doing life. Thanks, guys.